Mr. Mom. Oh, not bad. How was the pullout? Mr. Mom. Oh, not bad. How was the pullout?
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to get the stream started here in just a second. Give me a moment here to get things set up. What's up, guys? Hold on just a second here. Alright, guys, what's going on? Let me know if, you know, the sound is good. Let me know if my, you know, if the music is too loud, whatnot, if it's all good or not. Let me know in the comments, guys. I didn't have much time to set this up, so just let me know, guys, if all the sound is good. Alright, guys, so definitely some interesting price action today. You know, we're looking at, so let's just look at the you know, the more recent stuff that happened, guys. Guys, once again, in the chat, let me know if my sound is good. I want to make sure my sound is good, so let me know. So guys, let's just take a look real quick, see what happened here. So we had this upward sloping channel. So first off, we had this move happening here. So obviously, before all this happened, guys, we had this upward sloping channel right here, right? And then, you know, eventually the price broke down and we had this area to work off of. So we bounced off of this area, and the price came back to test that. You know, you had a small bounce, and then sounds all good, cool. So we had that small bounce, guys. So we had this initial, for those joining the stream now, guys, we had this initial upward sloping price channel here. The level moved down. We had more of a sell-off, guys. The price bounces off this area, comes up to here, tries to bounce off the trend line, and it failed that. So obviously, guys, we had, you know, this level broke, and now we're all the way over here. So this is no longer, there's no longer a channel here, guys. It's pretty much just broken down. So, you know, we're looking at something like this right now. You know, basically horizontal movement here. You know, some slight upward movement. But pretty much we're just horizontal now, guys. Price is selling off. I mean, like, if you're looking just at the overall accumulation that happened here, there was decent accumulation, but it clearly was not enough to create any sort of significant bounce back, and we had a huge pocket of selling come in, like, really fast here, guys. I'm sure you guys have all seen this already. So obviously, you know, the downward momentum, guys, the downward pressure, the bears are in control, and the downward pressure is just still strong, guys. Even at these levels, guys, even at these levels we're at now, the downward pressure is still very strong. So you know, you're looking at this chart that I drew out here. So first off, guys, a lot of you guys are familiar with this. A lot of you guys have been, you know, following my streams, and you understand what I'm about to say here. But you know, we had all these, you know, these parabolic lows bringing us up, right? The parabolic trend was broken, so now we're trading horizontally. So you had, you know, pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 parabolic lows, bringing us up to this 80x move from $250 guys up to 20,000 is 80x. So we had an 80x run up, and then we ended up breaking that parabolic move, and now we're trading pretty much horizontally. You know, slight upward momentum here with these higher lows, and obviously that downward pressure. So, you know, the downward pressure has been here the whole time, guys, and, you know, these highs are getting lower. So, you know, obviously, guys, there's still a lot of downward momentum. And, you know, if you're looking at this in log scale, guys, I mean, look at what we're doing. We're way up still, guys. So the reason why I called this, you know, the reason why this stream is called Here Comes the Bear Market is because I personally don't even think the bear market has actually begun yet, guys. Personally, I really just don't think that this is even a bear market when you're looking at it, especially from log scale. Looks a little weird with these circles here, but when you're looking at it from log scale, guys, like this is not even a bear market yet. This is actually very stable. This area up here, guys, is actually very stable when you take into account that we actually had an 80x move from $250 up to $20,000. That's 80x without any significant pullback. And now we're seeing this horizontal movement, these horizontal lows, slight, you know, the highs are slightly higher, but it's pretty much horizontal now. And you know, obviously the you know, the overall upward momentum has completely decreased, and it's almost non-existent now. So, you know, we had this bounce, guys. We had this bounce right here. You know, where was it? $7,040. You know, kind of like a short squeeze, small short squeeze, but, you know, you can call it a bounce, I guess. But it's not a low, definitely not a low, but it is a bounce. And, you know, immediately we get rejected here. So if you're looking at this again, I remember, you know, you guys probably remember when we were looking at this price channel, we were watching this here. We're just basically still playing within this channel, guys. For a while, guys, if you were watching these streams, we were looking at this price channel. And we're kind of still in it. I mean, like, nothing's really changed. We're still on a downward movement. We're still, guys, this is still a bear market. And personally, I don't even think the bear market has actually begun. I think we're actually going to be moving lower, retesting these parabolic lows that you see right here, guys. These circles right here are the parabolic lows we saw before the parabolic trend got broken. So I personally expect us to eventually break below this, guys. Break below this, you know, this uptrend here, because technically it is an uptrend, guys. So, guys, like this is really something that a lot of people aren't really taking into account. Is that, like, we've had this parabolic move, right? And we haven't actually had a low, you know, a lower low yet. We've had higher lows still, even though it is, you know, even like this low and this low, you know, so this low is lower than this low, so there's higher lows, guys. So we haven't even began the bear market. The bear market has not even begun, guys. We have not created lower lows yet. That is why this stream is called Here Comes the Bear Market, because I expect the actual bear market to begin pretty soon. And I think it's almost imminent, guys. I'm not telling you to panic or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I think. And I really do expect the actual bear market to begin, for us to create actual lower lows, guys. Creating lower lows is what a real bear market is about. This is not even this is a bearish trend, but it is not a bear market, guys. The bear market is still yet to come. We have not created lower lows. That is why I'm naming the stream Here Comes the Bear Market. But yeah, guys, I expect us to hit these parabolic lows again. Like, I don't, like, at this point, guys, like, I've already explained so much on my channel. There's not really, I can, you know, if I'm going to explain what I've already explained, it's going to be repetitive, which I'm going to do. It's going to be repetitive. When you're analyzing something from a long-term perspective, guys, it's going to be repetitive. Just keep that in mind. But I do expect us to hit these parabolic lows again. We haven't actually created a lower low off of this move. So I do expect us to break below this and finally create a lower low, which would then confirm that we are entering a bear market, guys. This is still, from a long-term perspective, guys, this is still a bull market, okay? I know that sounds crazy, but look at what we're doing, guys. I'm going to take all these lines away. Where's your lower low? Show me where your lower low is here, and then I'll agree that it's a bear market. Guys, this is not even a bear market yet. There is no lower low. The bear market is very close, in my opinion, guys. We are pretty close to actually entering the bear market, but this is not a bear market. The bear market will begin once we get a lower low, and that I think is coming pretty soon. So guys, we had this low right here, low. We had a small support come in here at 7,390. Guys, we're looking at the 5-minute chart now. This is the 5-minute chart. We're really up close here, and almost no support, guys. So if you're a trader and you're looking at this chart right now, there's nothing there to back you up for a buy call. If you're looking at this, guys, show me, like, you know, where's that volume? It's not there. There's no significant buying happening here, guys. I personally would not be confident buying into this this tiny support area here, which is not going to be a support area, guys. We're going to end up breaking below this. I'm very confident about that. And you know, I think we're going to return to, most likely, guys, before we see another bounce back. I think we're going to be hitting around $6,700. Personally, guys, that is what I expect. $6,700 before a significant bounce back. Caprithio, you actually joined the stream at the right time. I'm proud. I'm proud of you. But yeah, guys, so again, for those of you just joining the stream, just going to do some basic analysis here, guys. Basic trend analysis. We had this upward sloping channel right here. That level got broken. We moved down to this level, right? And then we tried to get a bounce right here, guys. The price tried to get a bounce here and just, you know, obviously couldn't do it. And we broke below. So we had this upward sloping channel level. We got a level, you know, we moved down a level. Then we tried to get another bounce off of this level, and we broke through it, guys. So it's a very bearish indication. We were not able to hold any of these levels. And guys, just like I said in my videos, or my last video I put out, this is not a low. I really don't think this is a low. When you're looking at it, you know, when you're looking at the volume, guys, where is that significant support? I don't see it. I personally don't see it, guys. I don't think this is going to act as much of a support zone. And guys, and we're basically at the point where, right here, guys, we're at this point. You see this trend, these lines here. Let me bring this back to linear. This trend right here, guys, it is an uptrend technically, but I do expect this to end up not, you know, end up breaking below this. So we have this small uptrend happening, you know, very just minute uptrend, basically horizontal. But guys, once we actually break below that, once we fail this trend line here, we're going to end up, you know, making a lower low right here. And that will be obviously a very bearish indication. It will indicate a bear market starting. Guys, this is not a bear market yet. We haven't actually created a lower low yet. So the bear market actually hasn't even begun. And I do expect us to get far more downside than we're seeing right now. For those of you joining the stream, guys, there has not been a lower low. So this is not a bear market. This is actually technically a bull market. Still to this day, we are in a bull market. It is a bearish trend. We broke the parabolic move, guys. We broke this parabolic move. Is obviously not in play anymore, because the next low would have been put in there, and we broke through that. So it is no longer a parabolic move. It is still technically an uptrend here. Okay? And we're right there, guys. We are right. We are. This is such a critical moment for Bitcoin right now, guys. We are right at the point of crossing into creating, you know, possibly a lower low, or at least, you know, touching. What was that low we saw, guys? You know, 64.25, creating another horizontal low, which would be a very bearish indication. So, you know, support failing to come in, guys. Support is definitely failing to come in right now, and it seems like we're going to be breaking lower once again. So obviously, guys, the next test is this area. We would attempt to get a bounce off of 71.70, 71.50, somewhere around there, guys. If you're a bull, you definitely need this to hold 71, you know, 71.70 or so. That is the area you're going to be looking at, guys. Roma says, "What's up, dude? Let the bears eat." Crypto Cali is in the house. What's up, man? 3K, here we come. Roma says, let's do it already. Yeah, guys, I'm itching to see this thing break through. Because this is it, guys. This is that support trend that everybody is relying on. Right here. That's it. So we're pretty darn close, guys. We are pretty darn close from getting a bear market confirmation. And once we get below that, guys, then the bear market will truly begin, and then we will create a full bear cycle, and we will have a an actual bear market, guys. This is not a bear market yet. We have not created a lower low yet, guys. So this is not a bear market. Once we cross below this, the bear market will begin. Yes, this is a bearish trend, and it's also a consolidation, but consolidations are not always bullish, guys. Not always bullish, guys. Consolidations do not always end in a bullish way. So keep that in mind for sure, guys. Crypto Cali is saying, I want to see a burst. How long could it last? How long? Are you asking how long could the bear market last? I mean, the bear market could last, multiple years, guys. It could last 3 years. I don't think it would last any longer than 3 years. I'm basically, guys, it could last anywhere from 6 months to 3 years is what my guess. Like, predicting the timing on the bear market for a new technology is pretty hard to do. Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, anywhere from 6 months to 3 years. But that's not something I could say for sure, guys. I could not tell you how long the bear market's going to last. That's like impossible. Anybody that could tell you that would be reading the future. But again, guys, for those of you who just joined the stream, I see people are hopping in here. So if you're looking at the more recent move we sold, the bounce off of 7,040, we had this move up, guys, this upward sloping channel. We ended up breaking down. So we had this upward sloping channel right here, guys. We ended up breaking down a level right there. And the market tried to get a bounce off of this zone, just, failed to do so, obviously. And now we are just sort of sliding into this zone again. Getting that sideways movement confirmed. Caprithio says goodbye Lambo. Well, unless you're shorting, but yeah, for the bulls, yeah, goodbye Lambo, pretty much. But again, guys, I see people are joining the stream, and I just really want you guys to understand that this is something I really need you guys to understand, and that is that the bear market hasn't actually begun, guys. $250 to 20K is an 80x move, and we have not gotten a lower low yet. So once we cross below this trend line here, once we get below that, guys, we will actually initiate the bear market. That is when the bear market will be initiated, and we'll see, once that happens, guys, we'll see how the market reacts to breaking this support. Predicting how exactly the market is going to react to a price break is pretty hard, because the amount of people that own the most Bitcoin is a pretty small few amount of people. So who knows what those individuals will decide to do. But yeah, clearly, guys, the support is not coming in. We are actually dropping now down to 7,395. So we just broke below 7,400 once again, and entering the $7,300 range. So we'll see what happens here, guys. Just going to take a second to see if this drops off. It would be nice to get a price break lower during the stream. Roma says people will think Bitcoin is finished forever, will be a bloodbath. Yeah, I mean, guys, people thought Bitcoin was finished forever when it hit 1100 and fell down to 250. People thought, oh, that was the end, guys. Bitcoin is just a scam. And then it bounced way back. So something similar could happen again, where we have a long-term bearish move, something similar to this, where we would have something like this in terms of this time frame. I don't think it's going to happen exactly the same, guys. So don't get me wrong there. But it would look something like like this, which would bring us if the time frame was going to be the same, it would probably bring us into what is this? So we're looking at, basically 2020 would be the time that Bitcoin would end up moving back if we were going to repeat this pattern, guys. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying if you are going to sit there and compare these past moves, then you would probably have something similar. We would end up bouncing, entering the bull market again around 2020, if it's going to play out the same, which I don't expect it to play out the same. But if you're just going to make that comparison, there you go. Day Trader says, I hope you are all making money on the roller coaster ride. There is no moon. Make money while you can. Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. There is no moon, really. Like, I mean, yeah, there. Okay, so I mean, I'm totally wrong when I say that, because there definitely is a moon. Like, if you bought it in the hundreds, guys, you totally landed on the moon. Like, for sure. But again, I remember I had a conversation with somebody in like a comment section on YouTube, and I remember the person was saying something like, "Oh, Bitcoin only went up 7x in the past year. How is that a bubble?" And like, so the guy said, "Bitcoin only went up 7x in the past year, or since last year. How is that a bubble?" And it's like, are you really only looking at last year? Like are people really only looking at a year ago and saying, "Oh, it's not that much"? Like, you got to look at the big picture, guys. You got to see the actual movement. And this is an 80x move, guys. 80x. I mean, that's that could easily be called a bubble. You can't just look at a 1 year chart and say, "Oh, well, we're only up 7x in a year." Yeah, but let's go look at the actual big picture here. This is 80x, guys. 80x returns for the investors that got in down here, who sold up here. That's 80x. And again, guys, this is not even a bear market yet. We haven't even broken into lower lows yet. And once we get that lower low, then we can say, all right, guys, here's the bear market. But until now, guys, we are still on an uptrend. It is just not parabolic. We had a parabolic trend to the upside, which broke, obviously, and now we're getting horizontal movement with slight upward momentum. Higher. We're getting higher highs here. But if we break below this, guys, then it becomes a bear market. Right now, it's a bearish trend, but it's not a bear market yet, guys. Not a bear market just yet. Once we get below that, we will initiate the actual bear market. Until then, guys, until we actually break this trend, it is not a bear market yet. And a lot of people are like, "Kevin, you're crazy. Like, this is totally a bear market." It's like, no, it's actually not. This is not even a bear market yet, guys. There's no lower low. It's an uptrend. We had a parabolic move, and we had higher highs moving slightly horizontally, but they were higher highs. So once we actually break below this support trend, there we go, guys. There's your bear market, and then we'll actually get that strong downward price movement. And people will start there's going to be a bunch of panic selling, and then eventually, guys, we'll end up finding ourselves at one of these parabolic lows right here. We'll find ourselves at one of these parabolic lows, and we'll create a nice stable low, get rid of all the sellers, and create a buyer's market, and then we will then revitalize the market, guys, and probably start moving back up, most likely. So a little bit of support coming in, pushing the price back. Although, I mean, we saw a lot of support come in, and it really wasn't that significant. A lot of people are probably going to be saying, "Oh, it's a double bottom," but you can't determine a double bottom from a 15-minute time period. That doesn't make any sense. So again, guys, here, if we are going to create a low right here, which would be very odd, in my opinion, then we have this price channel to work with, and we would be basically moving like this. Most likely, guys, we would end up moving like this. If we create a low here, this is just a potential bullish scenario. If we actually do get a bounce, I'm just saying this for all you traders out there. If we end up getting a reversal right here and bouncing up, this is our price channel right here, guys, taking those top resistance points in this potential new support area, and drawing out that support zone, or that price channel, I mean. If this low actually is created, which it's there's like no volume, guys. We're looking at let's look at the 15-minute. The volume is so weak right now. Like, if you're a bull, you really need there is volume coming in now, but you really need this to pick up in order to create this low. If you're a bull and you want to create this price channel and bounce back up, you basically right now is when you need that support to fly in. You're seeing a little bit of support pick up, but nothing for certain yet, guys. I mean, if we do get a bounce right here, We're looking at this resistance. We're looking at this resistance here. This resistance here. So these are your levels, guys. If you are going to break through this, you're going to be needing to break back above 7,455, 7,500 basically, and 7,600. These are the major levels you need to actually push through. So guys, if we get a bounce back right here, it is not unlikely that we actually hit that resistance area and break down again. So don't get fooled by the market, guys. Even if it comes up here, just like I was saying, guys, in my last video. I forget where was my last video made. I think it was like right here, maybe. I think it was right here, guys. I forget where it was. Wherever my last video was, guys, I was saying, guys, don't FOMO just yet. There's no reason to FOMO just yet. Or maybe that was during my live stream. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. The volume is the most important thing you need to look at. It is the most important thing you need to look at. If this volume candle here, right here, this green candle, if it was far larger, then you could have said, oh, maybe this is actually a low. But just take a look at the volume, guys. At the low, yeah, you had somewhat volume, it's like just some volume, but even here, guys, before that, you had more volume at this point, and we still broke lower. You had, what was it? 25,000 Bitcoin in a day, positive volume. Still wasn't enough to actually create a significant bounce back. We sort of just walked our way up a little bit, slight price arbitrage up to like 77.50, and there was that next sell cycle began right there, guys. Yeah, guys, the volume is insanely low. It's crazy. It is really crazy to me. Look at this, look how Alright, wait. So if we're looking at the volume, guys, this is actually really interesting. The last time we had volume this low was on this run up, which is where, personally, guys, I think the DOJ is investigating this move here. Because if you're looking at the volume, the way the price was moving based off that volume really makes no sense. It was like total manipulation. This is manipulation, guys. This is not manipulation. This is manipulation. So the last time we saw volume this low was during the run up from 250 to, what was it, $1,000. And since then we have not seen volume this low. So to me, guys, that is a very bearish indication, and I think once we actually break below this support trend here, the volume is going to pick up very fast, and it's going to be a lot of negative volume, and it's going to really we're going to have a huge pocket of red volume here, initiating this bear market, which hasn't begun. The bear market will begin once we create a lower low, and when Bitcoin has not created a lower low. So this is still a bull market, guys. The bear market is yet to begin. It's pretty close. It's pretty darn close, guys. The bear market is definitely close. So, even though, guys, support is so weak, guys. Look at this. Support is so weak. You would think, guys, at these levels, people would be eating it up, right? If Bitcoin really was as bullish as everyone says, people wouldn't be so uncertain right now. They would be buying. Obviously, guys, all of the other YouTubers you watch that are always bullish on Bitcoin every day, obviously, they're just holding on to their Bitcoin, guys. They're not buying anymore. They're not even buying anymore. They're just hoping that Bitcoin will end up breaking above. Honestly, I think a lot of the other YouTubers have sold their Bitcoin, and they're just acting like they haven't. Honestly. And a lot of YouTubers get a lot of views by creating bullish videos. So they always create bullish videos over and over again to get those views, because that's what excites people. But honestly, guys, I think a lot of YouTubers, a lot of these guys that are bullish on Bitcoin actually have already sold, honestly. I think you would be crazy to be holding onto your Bitcoin right now, in all honesty. You would think, guys, where are we right now? Let's look at this. Let's put a trend line, or a line down here, and let's take a look. We're at, this is actually a really critical level, guys. We're sitting at the November 1st price levels, and November 13th price levels. It's a very critical moment here. This is like an extremely key level. And volume is still very thin. Getting a little bit of support now, although it's really not much. Oh, there you go. A whale just stepped in and knocked that off. Guys, there's like so much hidden downward pressure. Like there's people that are sitting on tens of thousands of Bitcoin, just sitting there waiting for like big buy orders to show, and then they just sell right into it. Like support is just getting, oh man, this is so bad. Like, okay, so people are probably looking, okay, have we, you know, if you're a trader and you're looking at this right now, you're like, okay, how much accumulation have we seen? That would personally, that would be the first thing I'm looking for. It's like, okay, what does the accumulation look like? All right, well, we had some pretty soft buying on the way up to get this price up here. Then we have this drop off, and that accumulation is so weak right there, guys. There's nothing there that you can't even really call that accumulation on the way down. So personally, if I was trying to make a trade here, I would be looking for accumulation patterns, which is non-existent. And then I would be looking here. I would be looking at this bounce, and I would be saying, okay, what kind of volume do we have at this low here? And I would come in and I would look, and I would see nothing, and I would say, all right, well, I'm not going to buy into that. There's nothing there to back me up. Why would I buy into this? This is ridiculous. Like, another leg down is pretty likely, guys. Getting a bounce of like 7,300, something like that. Buying is like non-existent. There's like nothing there. Guilty Pleasure says, hey Kim, what's up, going down? Yep, Crypto Guys is wrecked. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate it, guys. Just a live stream hangout, guys. This is a completely unscripted thing. I'm literally just here watching the markets as I normally do, just live. Commentating on it, whatever. It's just a hangout, guys. We're basically seeing right now what kind of support we can find, and it's pretty darn weak. It is pretty darn weak, guys. So it's interesting. We're getting a lot of buys in right here at $7,410. I want to see how the market reacts to this. It's not really. I'm just looking at the amount of orders that are coming in. I just want to see how this actually, what the reaction is for this, because there's a lot of individual orders coming in at 7,410. So the seller at 7,410 is getting their sell order filled right now. Guys, we're looking at micro movements here, so it's really nothing. So it moved, okay, just a small bounce. I mean, guys, the support is still really weak. Seller just got their sell order filled. That's basically what just happened. I was kind of expecting more of a reaction there, but we didn't really get anything. Again, guys, I see people are joining the stream, so I'm going to go over this again. Again, guys, I'm doing long-term analysis. I'm doing an analysis from a long-term perspective. So when you're doing an analysis from a long-term perspective, things are going to seem a little bit repetitive, but that's just how you got to do it, because it's long-term. So that's how you got to do it, guys. It gets repetitive, but that's just how you do the analysis. So I'm drawing out the parabolic trend here, guys. I just want to show this for the people who are joining that might not have already seen me do this. So here's our parabolic move, guys. And the next parabolic low obviously should have been put in right there. So a parabolic move breaks. This is obviously the next parabolic low, which failed. So we had a failed parabolic move, and now we are seeing this slight upward movement, right? So these lows are higher. So we're getting higher lows here. So technically, it's still a bull market. Technically, guys, we have actually been in a bull market this entire time. This entire time, guys, it has been a bull market, which is crazy because most people joined Bitcoin or got into Bitcoin or got involved with Bitcoin somewhere in here, right? This is where most people got into Bitcoin. So for them, it's like, holy, you know, this is a bear market. But really, guys, when you're looking at it from a long-term perspective, it's a bull market. So the reason why this stream is called, you know, a bear market about to begin, whatever I called it. The reason it's called that is because technically the bear market hasn't even begun. So here comes the bear market. Yeah, so technically, guys, this bear market hasn't actually begun. Once we break below this support trend that you're looking at, once we break below that, then the bear market has actually been initiated, and then that's when we can actually make lower lows and call it a bear market. So if you're an early adopter of Bitcoin, this is a bull market. And I know that seems crazy for a lot of you guys, but it is. It actually is. So the bear market has not even truly begun just yet, guys. It's a bearish looking trend. These you know, these bounces here, but they're higher lows. So the parabolic trend broke, but we are still on an uptrend. So once we actually make a lower low here, then we can actually call it a bear market. It is not a bear market yet, guys. Which obviously seems crazy for a lot of the people out there who bought into this move. Because obviously, if you bought here, you know, half of your value has been wiped out. So for a lot of people, it feels like a bear market, but it's actually not. The bear market, guys, this is why I'm so bearish on Bitcoin, is because I don't even think the bear market has actually begun. So like, from my perspective, guys, I'm looking at this, and you know, I'm just seeing so much more downside. Like, this isn't even a bear market. Like, I don't even know how else I can explain it, guys. There has not been any actual bearish moves happening. We have not created a lower low, so you can't actually call it a bear market. It's just extreme volatility. That's all it really is, guys. Small support here, really not much, guys. I don't expect this to hold up, honestly. Like, look at that, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Come on. I don't expect much to come out of this, to be honest. But again, guys, if you are a bull and you're looking for if you're looking for any sort of bullish signal, if you are bullish on Bitcoin and you want to buy Bitcoin, this is what you would be looking for. You would be looking for a low to get created here, and you would be looking for this thing to, you know, obviously trade within the channel. This is what you would be looking for if you're a bull. And obviously, if you're a bull, you want to get this thing to break out and build on this. This is what you would want to see if you are a bull, guys. You want to see this. Personally, guys, I don't expect that necessarily. I think it's possible. I think it's a possibility, guys, but I don't think that is the most likely thing at all at this point, looking at how weak this support is. Pretty darn weak, guys. Pretty darn weak. There's a lot of resistance we still got to get through. Even if this thing does bounce back, guys, there's so much resistance to get through. It's going to be a challenge. It'll definitely be a challenge to get back through this. But we'll see, guys. We will see. Again, if we are going to get a bullish move here, if this actually is going to end up turning into a bullish move, this is the price channel you're looking at, guys. You're looking at this. And you're going to expect some resistance again near, what is it, like 7,800 or so. Or I guess technically your nearest resistance point would be there from a slightly longer term 4-hour chart perspective. Again, there's still so many resistance points to get through, guys. So the bulls are definitely really attempting to put in this low. This is a very critical moment for Bitcoin, and I would honestly expect more bulls to be stepping in here, but it is pretty darn weak. So if we break below this, guys, we'll end up testing 7,000 again, and if we can't hold that, we'll end up testing, you know, this range. This range right here, guys, is the next test. Be right here. So if we fall below this, we're going to be testing this area. And obviously, guys, if we can't hold this area, You know, and then we're going to be testing 6K. And if we're testing 6K, guys, we're going lower. That's really what it comes down to. I really don't expect us to hit 6K, bounce off that, and do anything special. So, guys, to me, the bear market has not even really begun. And I think we're at a very critical moment here for Bitcoin. And we're going to see what happens here. We're going to find out soon. We will find out soon, guys. But a lot more downside movement is extremely likely in my opinion. I don't even think the bear market has actually begun. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it, guys. That is going to do it for this stream. There's really not anything new to really talk about, guys. Like, I released a video the other day that pretty much covered a lot of this. You know, talking about this move here. I was saying that this is not a true low. In my video, guys, I was talking about this low not being really a true low, and I'm still standing by that, guys. I think we're actually going to be breaking below this again, testing this area again, breaking below that eventually, testing 6K, and then eventually going even lower, guys. But that is going to be it for my stream. Let me see if you guys commented anything. No, you guys didn't make much comments. Hey, what's up, going down? 3K, then 50K next wait, what did you say? Roma says 3K, then 50K next parabolic. I'm out. Take care. 3K, then 50K next parabolic. Yeah, I mean, guys, if we were gonna have a repeat pattern here, if this pattern was actually gonna repeat itself, guys, right here. Yeah, technically it would probably be what, 2,500. So if it was 250 to 20,000, then it's 2,500 to 200,000. Is that even right? Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. That's probably incorrect. 250 to 20,000, 2,500 to whatever 20. So it's 2,500 times 80. That's what it is. 2,500 times 80. Yeah, 200,000. If this, guys, so that think about that. Put that into perspective now. Put that in perspective, guys. If this move was gonna happen off of this low, if we hit 20, if we were gonna make this same move, people are saying, oh, it's not a bubble. Yeah, if we hit 2,500 and we ran up to 200,000, that would be the equivalent. That's the equivalent, guys. 2,500 to 200,000, and people are saying this isn't a bubble. Unbelievable. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for me, guys. Caprithio says, do you think fundamentals influence the price, or is it just crazy speculation? Yeah, I mean, basically, guys, when it comes for cryptocurrencies, guys, the real fundamentals of cryptocurrencies are the actual protocol and the function of the cryptocurrency itself and the whatever blockchain it's working on. Like, that's the fundamental. I mean, okay, so also technically, like, especially like for things like Ethereum, if large companies were gonna adopt Ethereum and they were actually using it in their day-to-day operations, guys, then you could actually call that a fundamental, which hasn't happened yet, but then you could actually call that a fundamental factor, because the actual net worth of the company is being put into Ethereum. But guys, right now there really are no companies that are using Ethereum on a day-to-day basis. Like, yes, small companies, but nothing big, guys. Nothing substantial. But what I'm saying is, if a company was going to adopt it, or if like, you know, a dozen large companies agree to adopt Ethereum and use it in their day-to-day function or operations, then you could say that is actually a fundamental factor. You know, because the company's net worth is being put into this cryptocurrency. Part of the net worth and the actual commerce that they're doing is being put, that worth, that value is actually being put into the currency or the crypto, which, yes, then it would become a fundamental factor, guys. But that really isn't happening yet. So yes, some companies are accepting Bitcoin, so that is a fundamental thing. But at the same time, guys, there is no true, like, yes, the fact that it's decentralized is amazing. That's one of the reasons why I love Bitcoin in the first place, is because it's a decentralized you know, cash system that, you know, nobody can tamper with. The history of the blockchain is set in stone. You can't change it. Nobody can touch it, guys. No government can change it, which is amazing. But at the same time, guys, with price volatility like this, you can't call it a store of value. You cannot call Bitcoin a store of value when you have price swings like this. Yeah, of course, unless you bought in here, then you're just creating value. But overall, guys, it's not a store of value. It's the most volatile market that like almost the globe has ever seen. So it's not a store of value. It's just like it's a complete speculative market, guys. Absolutely, completely speculative. RJ is saying, what do you think of Den? I don't know much about Den, to be honest. Den is supposed to be used day to day at the least. I have not, honestly, guys. I can't really speak about Dent because I don't know much about it. So I would be lying if I told you I knew something about Dent because I do not. Caprithio is saying Lightning Network may pump the price. Lightning Network itself won't pump the price. No. What has to come along with it is the companies actually adopting the currency itself and using it in you know, merchants accepting it, and like, guys, a lot of things have to be built in order to actually get this price to pump again. I think it's so overvalued, guys. It's insanely overvalued right now. We have to actually get into this bear market and create a nice stable low, and then we will actually, you know, get a real price pump. Singh is saying, do you see it going below? Oh wait, you're saying means Ripple is fundamentally better than everyone? Ripple is fundamentally better than everyone? Well, you can actually make arguments again. I know what you're saying. You're saying Ripple is better than everyone else because, you know, because banks are using it and whatnot. Yeah, you could make that argument, but at the same time, you could also make the argument, you know, that, you know, it's not decentralized. XRP is pretty darn centralized. So it's not, in my opinion, guys, as a cryptocurrency, as a decentralized electronic cash system, Ripple is absolutely not better than Bitcoin. Just for the fact that you know, more than half of the supply is like owned by the creators, and it's basically a fundraising campaign for the creators themselves to just make them rich. That's literally what it has become at this point, guys. XRP is one of the most manipulated cryptocurrencies there are. I mean, like, if you like, it is creating to be decentralized by this year. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't believe, guys. I do not believe in any promises that developers make. I absolutely do not believe any developers when they say anything, guys, unless it's something that is actually a fact and set in stone. If a developer is telling you, oh, we're gonna do this by this time, or we're gonna do that, that's bogus, guys. You have to you need to actually see something happen. Like, you cannot take anyone's word for it. Like, you can't. Yeah, look at Verge. Exactly. You can't. You guys, you gotta look for the facts. You cannot believe in promises. That is how you get screwed in this market. When you believe in promises, guys, you get screwed. That is how this market operates. People will buy the rumor. The news comes out, they sell the news, and you get screwed. That's literally how it works. RJ's saying thank you for your honesty. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can do, man. I just have to be honest. Like, wait, what else is being said? Yeah, like I was saying before, guys, in order to get like real fundamental value added into the cryptocurrency space, you actually need to have like companies use these currencies on a regular basis, like, and they actually have to use it within their own operations. You know, it has to be something that becomes a part of the company or a part of the operation or the part of an industry. That is how you're going to create actual fundamental value with cryptocurrencies, guys. Otherwise, it's just speculation. Otherwise, it's total speculation. Singh is saying, man, thank you so much. Gotta go now. Peace out, man. Love what you do. Cheers. Peace out. Thank you for joining the stream, man. I appreciate it. You guys, I'm gonna actually end the stream pretty soon, but just to recap, just for anybody who is joining in now, we're gonna do a quick recap on the price action we saw here. I want to start doing more streams on just cryptocurrency tech in general, not just prices, but everyone seems to care about the prices. So guys, we're looking at the shorter term here, 4 hour. All right, this is the 4-hour chart. This is that low at 7,040, and we had this upward sloping price channel right here, guys. We ended up breaking out of that to the right here. Or I guess first, you know, tried to trade back in, but first we actually had to move down a level, right? And the price had, you know, basically this was the next test here on that upward sloping price channel. Right there, guys, that was the next test, and it failed. So now we have broken out of that channel. That upward sloping price channel is no longer in play, guys. It is no longer in play. So the price is breaking out, trying to find a lower low, or find a low, rather. Trying to find a low here, guys. You know, the support here, I'm looking at the 3-minute now, the support is non-existent, guys. So moving lower than this is definitely likely. And overall, guys, just for anybody, I'm going to end the stream soon, guys, but for anybody who just joined, I'm going to do this once more because this is the most important thing you can really understand right now. Here's that parabolic move, guys. Here's your parabolic move. Just draw this correctly here. Parabolic move, breaks. Alright, parabolic move is broken, guys. This was supposed to be the next parabolic low. We would have shot up even further if that low was actually created, but it was not. Parabolic trend fails here, and now we are trading sideways. I mean, technically these lows are higher, so you have these higher lows. So technically, guys, this is a very important thing for all you guys who are just joining the stream. I'm going to end the stream soon, but just understand this. The bear market hasn't actually begun, okay? We had a parabolic move. The parabolic move broke, but just because the parabolic move broke doesn't mean it's a bear market. It's a bearish trend, and there's some bearish signals involved here. But guys, these lows, look, these lows are higher. We're getting higher lows here. So what does that mean? It means that the bear market hasn't actually even begun. And I can't draw the circle. There we go. Guys, look at these lows. They're higher lows. This is the low that I think is going to most likely fail, though, guys. This right here, like I said in my other video, or the last video I put out, guys, this low, I don't even think it's a low, and I think this is going to be our failure point, and this is going to be the point where we actually end up breaking to the downside, and actually initiating the true bear market, guys. This is where I think the true bear market is going to be initiated. And once we create that next lower low, then we can actually say the bear market has begun. But until then, guys, the bear market has not begun. And it's technically still a bull market. But the amount of volatility that's there makes it seem like it's a bear market, but it's not. Bear market is on the horizon. Bear market is very close. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for joining. Cassandra saying thank you for the stream. Yeah, thanks for commenting, man. Thanks for joining, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces too, guys, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Again, guys, if you have questions, just ask, guys. Like during my streams, guys, just ask me if you have questions. Sing is saying, damn, that is amazing. So much knowledge. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Peace out, guys. Thank you guys for joining the stream. You know, if obviously if something happens here, if Bitcoin gets any sort of crazy price movement, I'm going to be going live, or I'm going to be releasing a video of some sort, guys. Though that's the way my channel has been working. Whenever Bitcoin does something interesting, you know, I make my prediction videos and stuff. You know, when we're in like these, you know, when we're doing these bounces, guys, like, you know, I made my one prediction video here. My next one was here. You know, and then I got the original one was like in here. So I make these prediction videos when I think we're actually gonna when we're hitting tops and we're curling over. But then when I go live is when things are actually happening. Like when Bitcoin's dropping, I go live because it validates my videos. Obviously makes me look better when Bitcoin's going down, and I go live when Bitcoin's going down. So that's obviously why I do it. Like, obviously I'm gonna do that. Like, why wouldn't I? It validates what I've been saying. So. But real quick, let's look at the short term here. Yeah, this is really just not looking good, guys. I think we're gonna break lower. We're gonna be moving lower to lower levels here. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling on still. I appreciate you all joining the stream, and I will see you soon, guys. Peace out.